Welcome back. Joining me now is the creative visionary behind Bleached by Abigail Lee. Hi, Abigail. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm well, staying warm, staying dry.
Yes. Yeah. The snow is crazy out there.
I know, but hopefully it'll be the perfect weather for game day on Sunday.
Yes.
Well, as perfect
Yeah.
as it can be in January
Yeah.
in Buffalo. But let's talk about Bleached by Abigail Lee. Tell me a little bit about how you got started.
Yeah, so I actually got started back in 2017. It was kind of a fluke thing. I was doing a few art festivals and started bleaching Buffalo Bills clothing, and all of my stuff kept selling really super quickly. And I was like, oh, maybe I have something there. So ever since then, I've just started making customized Bills clothes, bleaching and tie-dyeing pieces. And then back in 2020, I lost my full-time job due to COVID. And I was like, you know what, maybe I should take this full-time. And ever since then, we've been full-time, and things have just grown like crazy, especially in the last 2 years since I've moved back to my hometown, which is Buffalo, New York. So yeah, we are all about customizable Buffalo Bills gear, Buffalo football. We have a bunch of really great playoff designs that are launching actually in the next few days and last week. So yeah, it's been a really fun ride. It's been really crazy, but I love the Buffalo Bills. I love football, and this has just been a really awesome way to be able to run a small business, but also bring out my creative side.
Yeah, Abigail, I love that you are always on top and ahead of the curve. We won the AFC championship, and you already had shirts and sweaters and crew necks made, and you've already got playoff stuff happening. So tell me about what goes into, like, obviously creativity sometimes can take time, but you seem to always be on it.
Yeah, so that's just one thing I've kind of learned in the last few years. I want to be ready. So, like after a game, so when I knew that we were, after we won the game, that we were winning the AFC East, I had already actually had a few designs ready to go. So I actually plan a few days ahead because, the NFL, they plan ahead. They actually make pieces for both teams. So I think it was when we played Miami, it was either one of us would have been the AFC East champions, I'm pretty sure. And they have to make hats and everything and shirts for both teams. So I was like, well, why can't I do that and make sure that we have, East Division champs pieces ready just in case we do win? And obviously, I'm so thankful that we did. So I make sure that right before the games, I have one or two designs ready to go. This last week on well, it was supposed to be Sunday, but Monday when we won and we knew that Kansas City was coming to town, I knew that I wanted to release a few fun new designs with a little hint of Taylor Swift in them because I've heard that she's going to be here as well. So I wanted to make sure that I kind of incorporated all that. I had a few fun designs with a little T Swift in them. And then right after the game, the next morning, I was able to release them. And we've started a quick little pre-order that hopefully, I don't know with all the snow and everything, but I'm 99% sure I'll be able to get them all out this afternoon and tomorrow morning.
And Abigail, you're able to create designs and custom stuff you work with a lot of the girlfriends of the Bills players, but even other NFL teams, right? Do you think Taylor Swift might call you and ask for a custom piece for this weekend?
That would be really cool. I'm not that big of a Swiftie, but if Taylor Swift wanted a piece by me, I would be bowing for her. Yes.
Very cool stuff. I live by saying everything happens for a reason. And I'm very touched by your story about, you started this as a little passion project and then life happened. You ended up losing your job, but it forced you to be able to trust yourself and go for your dreams with creating this business 100%. And it's paid off, right?
Yes.
You've got a new warehouse opening up.
Yeah, so I actually just moved a few spots down from where I used to be. Things are just growing exponentially, but I really try to owe all of my success. Obviously, I've made sure that I've worked extremely hard over the last few years to get to where I am now, but I owe a lot of it to the Buffalo community. I would not be where I am if I was making like these clothes for any other team, because the Buffalo Bills fans are they're so devoted, and and even just the Buffalo community in the off season, I make just Buffalo themed 716 pieces and 716 clothing. And people just love being from Buffalo. Everybody loves the Buffalo Bills, and they're so supportive of small business around here. And I feel like that's what I attribute a lot of my success to, because the Buffalo community is just absolutely amazing.
We've got to talk to you about your kind of claim to fame. One of your designs, we talked about it last time when you were on the show, was the view of the stadium, and that's kind of been a statement piece for you. I think we have video of it also, but talk about what went into
Yes.
creating that.
Yeah, so this was last year, and I was like, what kind of piece can I make that is something that I can keep selling? Just because most of my designs, I might only make 100 or 200 of them, and then they're gone. That's why I like to keep things exclusive. I always like to keep new designs running, just so everybody has something to look forward to, or, it makes everybody more excited. Well, oh my gosh, if there's only 100 pieces, I want one of those. But I was like, what's one staple piece that I can make? So I was actually, I think I was in Detroit, Michigan, and I was sitting down on my iPad, and I was like, our stadium is so cool because it's so old school still. We don't have a new stadium like a lot of these other people, and people just love calling it the Ralph. And I was like, why don't we put buff in and put the stadium in that word? And if you could just see in there, and you could see that it's the Bill Stadium, and call it a view from the route. And I went with a few designers last year, and we were going back and forth, and then I finally finalized it. And last year it absolutely took off, and it was just crazy. We would sell 400 sweatshirts in a matter of 2 minutes, because I would pre-make all of them and drop them, and they would all sell. And even this year, it has been our absolute best seller. So my one thing that I've always told myself is that I want every single Buffalo Bills fan in the world to own a view from the Ralph. So we're almost there. We're about like maybe 8 to 10,000 pieces made. And I know a lot of my customers, they buy like maybe 4 or 5, because we have a lot of colors. But yeah, that's one of
Incredible.
our things. Yeah.
Congratulations to all your success. And viewers, for everything
Thank
she
you.
has to offer, you can check out her website at bleachedbyabigaillee.com and find her on Instagram at bleachedbyabigaillee. Thanks again, Abigail.
Bye. Thank you.